Hello and welcome into the Sorare Data Show. I'm Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on Sorare. Joined today as part of a little looking up reunion, Harry Trades and Sam Tighe. Sam, who we were pretty sure was going to come, but sometimes he just ends up on Sky Sports and is like, sorry, guys, I can't come. Harry, I saw you like an hour and a half ago in a disastrous game week stream, and Toby was seeing the suspense if we can fix the technical difficulties. I have no idea. I have no idea if it's going to happen. We're going to see. We're going to see. Sam, hey.
Hey. I thought about not coming. I really, 10 minutes too, I thought it'd be really funny, wouldn't it? No, it's been my fault that we haven't united very often recently. You can blame my newborn son for that. You can blame my newly found terrible work-life balance, which actually is skewing in the direction other than what it usually would, right? Usually it's the work-life balance is a complaint about too much work. Right now I have too much life and not enough. I don't want to devote my time to anything else. So they've really had to drag me kicking and screaming onto this stream. Apologies for those that miss looking up with Laird. It might return soon. The cat's obviously loving it. She's not been on she's not been on stream for a while. She's really making the most of it. She's got a ton of hot takes. We'll see what comes out.
So yeah, I was going to say the best kept secret on Sorare of why looking up has not happened, and then Sam just explained why. But I also was going
This is not my newborn, by the way. My newborn is a human boy.
Right. Yes, newborn human. That changes things. Just ask PSU fans. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming in. Toby was first, who came in right after the game week's preview. That was a disaster. Bob Franklin and David Marshall, are we all just losers looking up in hope? No, well, maybe. ZM Star, from losers to looking up the roller coaster of self-worth has made me schedule an emergency therapy appointment. I thought that's what these were. But anyway.
I think that's what he means.
Yeah. Simo, what's up? Soul, is this the usual time or an hour earlier so as to not clash with the start of the 2024 K-League auctions? Anyone getting involved in those yet?
Oh, God, you've not brought me on to talk about the K-League, have you?
Surprise! No. Anyway, Brazil, Jacob, what's up? Thanks, everyone, for coming in. Congrats, Sam. Here.
Cheers, buddy.
Anyway, so I was having a very quick conversation with Gator Guy after yesterday's stream, and I thought this actually plays in well with talking to Sam and Harry tomorrow because of the show that we've done before, looking up, where we looked at players. You guys found players whose situations we thought would be better in the future. And so the point that Keith was making yesterday, and as soon as the stream ended, he was like, man, we should have talked about this. And I was like, sorry, I'm stealing this for tomorrow. Does the new Sorare gameplay kill speculating on players? That buying like a new season card, and the example he gave was like Arda Güler. Is it worth paying like an in-season premium for a card like Arda Güler, who may still be a year or two away from being what everybody kind of expects him to be, if it even ever happens at Real Madrid? And if that's the case, is that bad?
Have you found an in-season bargain?
No, I don't even know how much he is.
But is the question like, should it flip? Should the market flip in that respect there?
It was more that does the value of players who cannot help you enough in the first year, like, should those cards not be valuable at all, really?
Accepting circumstances whereby there may be a rookie card, which obviously Güler will not be. But there might be scenarios where a card is a rookie card, it has additional value for collection purposes and stuff like that. Yeah, I think any card that you buy that is in season is geared towards winning money. You're buying it at a premium. It costs more because it's the only way you can win money. And so ultimately, I think it's the sharp end of the triangle wait, every end of the triangle is sharp. Sharp
Yeah,
end.
I was going to say it.
It's the sharp end of the game in which you are paying a premium because you hope to win cash. So I had not thought about this, but yeah, presumably an in-season card of a 17-year-old who isn't going to play is surprisingly worthless.
Right, that's how it feels.
Unless,
Not worthless. And like a few people said, like, if you're speculating on a card like that, it doesn't have to be the new season card. But, and it's Bullstar said it doesn't kill U23s, and usually those are the types of players that people tend to speculate on more, maybe backup goalkeepers. But it does feel like there shouldn't be Bob nailed it here. It's not worthless, but worth less.
that's probably what I said.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, Harry, you going to buy a new season Arda Güler?
If he goes to AC Milan for 2 years, I might. That's the thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You are going to want instant stuff back from these in-season cards, I guess. But like what Sam says, if it's part of a collection, is that the route into these speculative in-season cards that might not, help you yield instantly? Is that the only reason we'd want to buy them? Is that good for Sorare? Like, that can't be great if that's the only reason we can think about right now.
Yeah, look, we assume that there's a premium on all in-season cards because we assume that all in-season cards are bought with an intention of winning within it's a 12-month window, isn't it? Or it's actually more like a 9-month window because it will be the entire season. You've got 9 months to win cash with this card, and then that's it. Or well, it's not quite it, but like he better be damn good and a high percentage, because if he's going to be one of your 3 or your 4 non-classic cards, then he's going to have to be seriously, seriously good. So that's a very special player making a jump there if you're 17 or 18. So yeah, we assume there's a premium on every in-season card, but I'm guessing that if no one in the market sees any immediate value in that card, then maybe that weird kind of like this horrible shape that we're getting on the Sorare data price graph. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This maybe that doesn't exist for that card. Maybe the price just stays low regardless because you can't win cash with it. So the price or the value stays low.
This goes on to what I remember you saying, Sam, a few days ago, maybe last week. I can't remember the actual case study card-wise, but I'm pretty sure it was a Southampton card, shock horror. But who was it that you said you mentioned like a bit of a strategy, like to me and Laird in the chat. You were
Don't tell everyone my new strategy.
I'm not saying
it's buy high, sell low.
No, it's buy high, never sell. Watch it go low.
But like, I can't remember exactly what you said, but is it not on along the lines of like picking up these in-season cards early that might not start? The starter gets injured, and then you have the backup player, whether that's a goalie, whatever position it is, and he's in season, then he's ready to go and earn somebody some money. It's just, can you, not time, but is the timing going to go in favor of you? Is somebody going to get an early injury in the season because that's more utility for that in-season card that you're looking to sell? Was that kind of?
Yeah, it's along those lines. I don't think I was looking at specifically from that point of view, but it's definitely a similar sentiment. What I was sort of suggesting was that the way to trade on Sorare for the maximal return starting in August, and Laird said, why start in August? Start in March. Basically was to pick up in-season cards of injured, out of form players who you back to rebound and score well quite soon. And the moment they get their first decisive, if they're a Premier League in-season card, if they've got a low L15 or whatever, if they've been out of favour or they've been injured, the moment they get that first decisive, that price is gonna 2x. And I've already seen it a few times with different cards, and I've flipped a Jacob Ramsey limited from bought at £4, sold at £8. It's not much, but that's an example. As soon as they get that first decisive and they look like a card that can win you some cash right now, the price is probably going to soar. So in Arda Güler's case, he's waiting for like 2 injuries. He's waiting for Bellingham and Brahim Diaz. So probably not a very safe bet. But if you can go and find a player who is one other injury to someone else away, maybe that is part of the strategy. So I'm just going to shut my curtains. Please keep talking.
It's funny. So, Drunken Goon here in chat. First time watching. Appreciate you coming in. MLS new season cards seem off the charts expensive out of the gate, which is funny because I feel like was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. Sean and I were like, they actually don't seem overly expensive versus old season cards. Harry, you've picked up a few. Nobody knows yet.
No, we're in that weird price discovery part of not knowing anything because we don't know the prize pool. So me, like you just alluded to, they're buying stuff now. Anyone else buying those cards right now, we're just banking on things looking better than not looking good, type of thing. So, but yeah, if you look at the multiples on a couple of cards, like a couple of 2x, but nothing's like crazy. If we're being honest with those MLS rares anyway. I think
Messi.
like Lucho. Yeah, what is Messi? Right, yeah, that's a
Messi
limited though.
Yeah,
and it was a 1 of 100, 1 of 1,000.
I know. The two of came right back down again.
Did it come down? I didn't even check.
The Messi 2 of limited was yeah.
Well,
it was more obviously, but it was like
right, yeah,
calmer,
stable.
Yeah,
okay.
But we've seen some rares go. The 2 of goes higher than the 1 of.
Yeah, Mike Lucho did, but then like now the 4th Lucho's gone for more than that, or gonna go for more than that. Pranksy's bidded on that one, so that was 614. So it's half.
Oh, is this the jersey mint?
Is it?
Wow.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Well, what would you prefer, 1 of or jersey mint?
Well, at these prices, I would take the jersey mint.
Right. Yeah. And it's the same collection points for him, no? Technically.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I prefer a 10 of 1,000 Messi personally, especially at that price.
I would too. I'm more of a jersey mint guy.
So they all went pretty. Look at that, $400. Like, there's no way the in-season should only be $133 more expensive than the out-of-season. Even though, obviously, you can use the out-of-season in-season. Or obviously, like Sam said, only one of them. Oh, is that gone even? It's gone even higher again. Has it gone? Yeah, I looked when it was 0.159 a bit earlier. I don't know. Like, we're in that weird stage, aren't we, where we just don't know what they're really worth, but they've got to be worth. I mean, I'd like to think double, like on just as like a roundabout sort of number. Like, surely to God, if there's only cash being able to, you can win with them. I don't know, but then we don't know how much cash is there, really, do we? Like
what's the Rodri price graph looking like nowadays? Because I remember us looking at it after it's the first auction on the rare post announcement. Basically went up by
it was crazy.
But it was a
Doubled.
2x.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened here? So that's the announcement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you tell when the announcement?
So there you go. That's that one.
It almost doubled.
Yeah.
737 for, well, I guess we'll just look at 737 to 1407.
Yeah, call that double. And obviously the one after that, that's a secondary sale, but it is a new season card. I think that one just after a bit higher, and it sort of carried on going.
Mm-hmm.
It carried on going, bit of a drop there, but I mean that really spooked me, guys. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how those of you in the comments that also saw this kind of thing happening and were like, in season seems quite far away from my budget nowadays, if that's what's happening, but it's not been the case with every single card, at least. Rodri, to be fair, is one of the very best cards in the game.
Right.
Yeah. Going back to the out of favor or backup, Kelleher, the example here. Here's his price graph for the last 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are the golden ones, aren't they? Because if you buy the in-season backup that becomes number one for a little bit, then that allows you to play your Rodri old card. Like that is it's not even the card itself; it's what the card can actually allow you to play with it because it's in season, because it's a goalkeeper of a good team and whatever.
Yeah. The goalkeepers are going to be. It's going to be harder to nail this stuff. I feel like the windows are going to be shorter for success, right? Because goalkeepers getting injuries like this. I wouldn't call it rare, but it happens obviously way less than it does for outfielders. So like opportunities for things to change are significantly fewer. Whereas if you're talking about wingers and fullbacks, like literally anything can happen. Milos Kerkez can get injured for a month and a half, and someone can step in, and then you could work that transaction either way. You just have to keep on top of the injury news.
Yeah, I think a big part of the in-season part and what you were just mentioning, like how long it takes you to get back, is that we have a very firm timeline now. Like, it's not like you buy a card and you're like, oh, I got 10 years to get this money back. And now it's like you basically, I mean, I know you can still use some old season cards, but I think most people reasonably think, like you said before, you have 9 months. And if you don't get it back, then, and Charlie is saying here, given the ROI that people have been yielding from the Prem in season, I think buying new season of anything is massively attractive, even if it's MLS at 2 or 3x. So I think it's one of these things that we, like, the ROIs that we have seen are really attractive, and we do not see everyone who bought a bunch of new season cards and haven't won anything yet.
Right.
Like, I think there are a lot fewer people winning enough of what they paid that we know about.
Yes, of course. Those people are naturally quieter. As I would be, by the way.
I wouldn't say anything.
I mean, like, I would be like, yo, I dropped $1,000. I've won nothing so far, but I'm having a wicked time. You know, it's not going to be, that won't be me, and that won't be many people. So, but that's always been the case with Sorare, right? The success shouts the loudest, and you do tend to see those stories and those examples of people on podiums. It allows you to dream. It definitely gets the mind whirring, doesn't it? And the cogs moving, and you go, oh, what if I just did this? And that's how you end up with a full limited Spurs stack, isn't it, Laird? Sorry.
If it was full,
wasn't
he
a
would have
full
won
stack.
something. Yeah. if he had Madison instead of Gross, I think he wins everything.
No, I had Madison.
Oh yeah, you did. Sorry. Yeah, you did.
You were unlucky.
Yeah, you were.
I hate those cards. If
were
anybody
right.
wants to buy them for 5% more than I paid for them, so I can just net zero, I'd happily do that deal. Nanzo said earlier he bought 2 champ unique U23 goalies off auction. Definitely not because they're in season.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely
No,
not.
but like I was just having a little search on the market earlier for whatever reason, and like Jasper Cillison, like the NEC goalie. Okay, there's only like from when Challenger in season starts. I don't know how many game weeks there is exactly in that Eredivisie. Let's just call it 5, 6, 7. Is that?
There's 10 left right now, isn't there? So let's.
Okay, so 3. Yeah, you're looking at 7 or 8, maybe 6, 7 or 8, and it's like his goalkeeper, like the goalkeeper price between old season and new. You can right now. I think like this is floor. I think the outer seasons were like $88 or £88 maybe, and then the in season were like 103, and it's just like why? I don't know what they've been selling for the out of season, but like there's just not much difference. And
I feel like if there's a position where there would be the biggest disparity, it would usually be goalkeeper, right? Because most people would fudge in the classic, the goalkeeper is the classic card, and do it as cheaply as possible. Because not only is it an incredibly uninspiring way to spend money, so you don't want to do it, but it just seems to make the most sense, I think, because it's the goalkeeper feels so random. Like it can sometimes feel so boom or bust, like 60 or 35, not too much wiggle room in between. So why would you sink really good money into that when you can actually do it more cheaply? So I sort of expected to see the classic goalkeeper prices dropping pretty hard. But like, I don't know. I've seen mixed results here on the market from different leagues, different positions, different examples. And I genuinely feel none the wiser as to how it's all going to look in August when I actually do go ahead and probably have to sink some money into an in-season team. Although we'll see.
Have to?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Is 7 or 8 games just not a long enough time period for people to, or for in-season goalkeepers like Cillison to just not be worth double what the old season's worth? You know, like I think that's kind of fair in a weird way. It's only 7 or 8 game weeks. You might not win anything. You probably won't win anything. Like if we're being on, like you just won't. But like at least you're in. You know, at least you've got a ticket. Like you know, for 7 or 8 game weeks.
Yeah, I think kind of what Sam was saying, that because goalkeepers are just like the worst part of the game, that spending so much more for a new season when you can just use an old season, even though I do think it's probably the optimal play of using a new season one, because you can use your whatever the elite old card is. But yeah, nobody wants to spend anything on a goalkeeper. And then you're like, hey, why don't you spend double? And you're just like, nah. And enough people are saying no that the multiple is coming down. But back to the whole, if you buy a new season card of a backup goalkeeper, and then they become the starter, and you're like, oh, now you can use an old season card. I would almost guarantee for 95% of the users on the platform that they make more selling that card for the profit than playing it in lineups.
100%. As soon as the moment strikes, sell high.
Yeah,
had tripled in value, like
right.
And that's, let's say you bought him for 80 quid and he sells for like 250 or whatever, 240. Like, are you going to make that back in Premier League in season, cash? That's, it's not easy to make that back at all. Depends on your other cards, of course, so depend. Yeah, it's just going to like what Laird said, it allows you to play that sort of classic smasher maybe if you have it. But if you don't have it, you might as well flog it and just bank the money. You don't have to worry about playing then. You're in. Like, you've made your money without actually playing the game, through SO5.
Yeah, and you can go and buy a really good in-season goalkeeper again. Another one.
Right.
use the money, and then you can wheel out your old 10% Carlos Hill, and make it an even better lineup. That's probably the optimal play. Would be that. You're right, Laird. That is the way to do it. It's just depressing as hell, isn't it? Like it always has been. Like none of us ever wanted to buy goalkeepers for a lot of money, but we literally had to. We had no choice. Now the goalkeeper prices have been dropping and dropping and dropping to the point where we're all like, what the hell is going on? Why a starting goalkeeper is $120? No, if they start going up again, people are going to be like, no way. No. No, we're done with that now. It's over.
Yeah. Haaland said, next season, I'm thinking about running a backup goalkeeper farm where I buy a bunch of cheap backups and sell them if they become number one. Don't know how effective it will be, but giving it a shot. So this is not a new strategy. Like, there are people who have tried this, and I will warn you, it is incredibly boring. It's a bunch of cards you're never going to play, and most of them will never play. Just look at the end of my gallery, and you'll see a bunch of guys. I lucked out on one of them, and I sold them too early, but that's a different story. But yeah, I mean, it's always been it's always been a way to play. Like, buy a bunch of backups and just wait. And if that's fun to you, let's go.
Yeah.
Nanzo said, I think everyone will be perpetually short goalkeepers post the update. So I showed you guys this new absurd spreadsheet that I had going on, and that made me realize I was like very heavy in goalkeepers in one region, but not another. But because of the prices, I was like, do I really just need to buy them now? Like, just buy them when I need them.
Unless the prices go up. You never know this stuff, do you? You never know. Are you only just getting around to your housekeeping now on the new divisions there, Laird? Yeah, the filter's been in place for weeks on Sorare data.
I've been redecorating. I'll put it that way. The house was built, but now I just have to redecorate it. Johnny said, real quick, you can play in-season cards in Classic, right? Wonder if anyone goes to buy a whole in-season 5% collection and then run it in Classic as a differential to secure Ws. I think that's a terrible strategy, to be honest. And the reason why is because there are so many Classic season cards in the Classic competitions that are at level 20 or 19. Like, they'll have more XP than the new 5% collection. And I just don't think it's that much of a differential.
That is a fair point. Like, imagine going up against my 18% Southampton collection, or like Quinny's 19% Shano, which I was laughing at the other day on the stream, thinking 19%. Are you kidding me? Like that. Yeah, you're right. The percentages in that Classic competition are going to be serious, and it's going to be so busy.
Right.
Like, the vast majority of cards on this platform will have to go into that competition. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath, particularly when you get down to Contender, where you've got like 16 different leagues and 4 years of supply, and you're all up against each other, and you're all 9% will feel low. Because it'll be like, if it's not 10, if it's not maxed out, if it's not 15 on the collection bonus, then it won't feel like a strong card. So a lot of this game, is about is strategy and where to play your lineups. We always talk about that. And ultimately, you try to go where the crowd is thin, right? Because it maximizes your chances of winning.
Yeah.
The only place you're going to see on paper or in theory, like a spread out variety of these like cards is Champion, because you've got the 3 Bundesliga, Prem, and La Liga comps to push out those champ cards out there for a bit. Whereas, like you said, Contender and Champion have nowhere to be pushed out. Contender and Challenger, sorry, have nowhere to be pushed. They don't have any specific league situations. So it's like, that's where those leagues are at not a disadvantage, but like you said, everyone's against everyone with the same cards basically. And it's just, a collection bonus fest or a differential fest, or, like it is now really, but it's just going to be way more condensed.
I'm honestly so scared. I am so scared.
Well, you said it yourself, like in August when you're going into challengers and every single Messi card is in challengers. What do you do?
Yeah.
Cry.
The answer is get one, Sam.
Start crying.
One of us. Come on.
I kind of only just figured this out as well. Like, it's so stupid of me, but in the last week or so, like, so now I can mix my Danish cards with Brazilian cards. Cool, but what are you up against? And it's like, all of a sudden, my challenger players are going to be up against like proper big MLS stacks, and it's genuinely not fun to think about. Not fun at all. The reorganization of the leagues is definitely some positives in it for me from my gallery, but a whole lot of negatives as well, dragging big cards into places I've traditionally avoided for obvious reasons.
I'm banking on a lot of people making poor lineup decisions based on their collections and stacks. I think we're going to see that stacks are significantly less optimal in condensed competitions like challengers, where if you're like, oh yeah, let me do a Miami stack because I have Messi, and you're like, all right, I have 14 midfielders that are better than anyone that's on Miami right now, and you're just, if you want to throw out Julian Gressel, that's okay. I have Lucho and any of the others that just smash their faces off.
Yeah.
Have you got a Gressel, Harry?
I did. He's been shipped off.
Thought that was shots fired for a second there. Thought that was shots fired.
No shots. I'm a Lucho boy now. I moved up in this world.
That's why I said
a week.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point. It is a good point. Someone said in the chat there, no new season cards for like a Sporting, for example. Where will Gyökeres be played? I mean, he can only be played in. Well, I say only, but he could be played as the alpha classic card in season, couldn't he? Which is because you wouldn't. That's a good point, Laird. Because you wouldn't actually be up. Well, I say that not knowing there's going to be new Sporting cards, right? But you know what I mean. Like those cards that are short minted, are they the differential in those in season comps in a weird way? Not only are they the classic card, which doesn't mean anything, but they're actually a very short mint of a card. So is that now the new alpha? Getting incredible cards that are like super short mints? Is that not a thing?
Are you telling me it is once again Wilmar Barrios season?
Well, I didn't want to say it.
Does he have? I mean, he has 137.
He's got tons.
Rares.
He's got tons. Yeah, unfortunately.
The one I was thinking about is Marcus Edwards from Sporting, although he hasn't been nearly as good. I had one of these 20 rares previously. I do not anymore. And score-wise, you're not doing a whole lot. But like, you're right in these random weeks. But like, because I feel like you'll always be able to find a comparable score from a popular player. Like 100 points from Edwards is just as good as the 100 points from Messi. And so you're not actually gaining anything from his 100, if that makes sense.
No.
But like, yes, you're the only one. You're the one of 20 people who get his 100. But they're now, I mean, the challengers and contenders is still so many players that like, surely you'll be able to find someone else who scores like them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not about lineup optimization against the pack, is it? It's just about making your gallery work at its most efficient there. It's more of a
Right.
it's more of a personal call to get your best team out rather than finding the edge against somebody else in that respect.
Yeah, like I always thought the short mint situation was not as advantageous as people we kind of made it seem, because it was like, oh, there are only 20 rares. I better pay a lot for it because like I'm one of only 20 people who can get this score, but that score is all over the place. Like you can get that score everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a good point. What Mikey
GD sort
Baston's
of
saying there.
I did trade my Marcus Edwards.
Did you? That Maxim Ospienko. I think
Osipenko.
I think Jimmer loves. I think he has like 10 of them, doesn't he? Would not surprise.
Really?
I don't think he does.
He's
I know he
Paveling
has.
it. He's Pavel Dennis Vavroing it.
I know he has him. I'm sure he does. He was talking about him in a chat. But
Osipenko.
like how fun is that?
What the hell?
Back-to-back 100s without a decisive is crazy.
What is he doing?
Everything.
Yeah, what doesn't he do is the question.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 tackles, 1, 12 nothing on duels.
He must be on all the gear. I don't care.
Yeah, he does shot put for the Olympics in his spare time.
Yeah, 26 rares. Surely the Opta, whatever Russian name that we want to use is, owns one of these cards, right? Like nobody 12 nothing. Like get out of here.
And he takes pens.
He takes pens. Awesome.
He's the Russian Schultz.
Oh man,
we love to see
there.
Russian Schultz.
Let's see. Jimmer probably won it too, like 2
Of
years
course
ago.
he did.
But Jimmer reward. There you go.
Of course. Of course.
Good for him.
Yeah, well done, Jimmer.
Oh, Mike Baston has one. No wonder he knows.
Ah.
Classic. So who else is terrified?
Just get your 100 defender somewhere else. That's plenty of them.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, they grow on trees for sure.
Like, could you argue that is a good thing though, Laird, having him? Like, I know the Messi, Marcus Edwards situation. I get it. There's more forwards that are going to score hundreds on a weekend, right? But surely there's less defenders, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe not. But like
Less
off the top of your
defenders
head, score 100 compared to forwards.
Forwards don't score 100 as nearly as much as you think.
Right, but I'm hoping surely more than defenders do. No.
So
no.
I happen to be looking at this for last weekend's Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
That who do you think was the highest scoring Premier League forward this past game week?
Probably
and what
not
was his
very
score?
high.
Watkins, 84.
Watkins, I believe, was second, and it was below 84. Let me see. Watkins was 76.9.
Not Gordon.
Jeez.
No.
Gordon was 76.3.
I'm not sure.
I'll just give it to you.
Yes, please.
Martinelli.
Yeah, I was actually I was going to say it, but he got injured, so I thought he wouldn't have been on the pitch long enough. Not that he does anything on AA.
78.4 was his score.
Right, but that's the Prem, Led. Come on.
But I'm saying, like, if you're looking at positions that score, like midfielder, defender, midfielder, goalkeeper, midfielder, defender, midfielder,
Right.
like there are no forwards.
Fair. But I mean, across, like, you're just giving me Prem. I want, like, the whole of challenge or contender.
I know, but that proved my point, so that's why I used
Fair, okay, yeah. Of course you did. But, like,
but if you're hunting for the most optimal Premier League in-season team, then this is important.
For Prem it is, yeah. But if we're talking about, like we said, the bloodbaths in challenge or the bloodbaths in contender, then, I'd like to think. I know the Russian guy wouldn't be in Messi's team because it's not, in the same division, of course. But you know what I mean? Like, it's harder to buy like there's loads of Wagners, Kai Wagners, but like, I'm just trying to think, like, if he doesn't pop off, but you have that Russian guy that does, I know it's not the same division, but you know what I mean? Like,
This is the point here.
know.
Rub says you have more chance of 100 with midfielders and defenders than forwards because of AA. Like,
Fair, yeah. But like,
So what's the lesson here?
here's the full list.
Buy
We have this
a.
guy. The hell is this guy?
the lesson is don't play double forward.
The lesson is find a forward with 100 who can score 100.
Right.
And
Find
play
the
him.
5 decisive forward and buy him and play him.
And keep a farm of them. Buy 10.
Farm them. And yeah, look at Danny Pereiro. Who knew?
Oh, that was
Danny
against
Pereiro.
Granada. That doesn't count.
Like, we had 2 goalkeeper hundreds.
There's quite a few.
Oh,
there,
not
like
Zach
Sorare.
McMath. I didn't want you to show me that.
Sorry, I didn't even know he was starting. Oh no, 3.
three-
Sorry, Clark too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair. There is a lot of defender, massive scores there, to be honest. But Daniel Was, well, 99.
And suspended this weekend.
Is he? No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sucks.
Hmm.
Really bad.
Tell you who else is
That's
suspended.
Haaland's most overvalued card on the platform. Better off getting a lesser forward and spending the cash on smasher mids.
Blimey. I mean, I put a script together today for who scored on XG. Yes, I did some work.
Working.
I did some work. And
Shot.
and I tell you what, as I had to put in just like the top 5 underperformers according to their expected goals algorithm. And I know that big old Erling has not had the finest season in front of goal, but to see him running at about 3.5 under as the 3rd worst performer, oh my goodness me, what on earth? And to be fair, like I've got his common right through the draft, so it does pop up. I do have a look, and how many times has he had 3 or 4 BCMs this season? It's been pretty awful, hasn't it?
I think he's running away with it too. The league lead, if you will.
What is in BCMs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume so. I'm just having a look to see what the price of Dominic Calvert-Lewin is, because it can't be more than 10 pence. Because he is.
I mean, if we're paying for BCMs, then yeah, that's.
I mean,
he is
the biggest underperformer. He's like -6 on his XG. So I was just hoping, but he's only 35 quid in rare. Haaland obviously is a lot more. Name value takes the card a long way though, still, doesn't it? Really, hype wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Erling's got a few more fixtures to play than Dominic, I guess. A few midweeks does help.
This is such a Sorare comment. Wule from of the Prem. But yeah, it's I think Sean has said that for years, that like Haaland is the most overrated card on the platform because he needs 5 decisives to get 100. Chani said, why are we focusing on the misses if goals are what we are after, though? The guy might not hit 100 each game week, but drops a huge amount of DAs throughout the season. I mean...
So, no, to be fair, he rarely kills a lineup.
Yeah.
But I know he's not from the Laird school of forward in terms of like, okay, he didn't score, but he got 15 AA, so I'm happy. It's rare that he kills a lineup.
Yeah, he keeps.
I mean, that's undeniably a good card. Look at it.
Yeah, like he's let you down there. 1, 2. Like if we're being on how many?
Right here,
right. Yeah. So half the time he's letting you down there. Basically, there's 4 rubbish scores and 4 greens. Right in the last 8 games.
I mean, it's 34. No, I'm sorry. 36 decisives. Actually, let's see. Are they all in the starts? Yeah, so 36 decisives in his last 33 games, and he has 1 score over 88.
And he has 1, 2, 6, 7. He has like 10 or 11 scores there that literally kill your lineup, right? The 40s and below.
Yeah,
or 44.
You can
below,
cheat this way, Harry.
Nice. Yeah, that helps.
So you could argue a third of the time he's killing your lineup.
Yeah. Which is, are you paying the most on the that sort of price for a card that kills you 1 in 3? I think Calvert-Lewin probably does the same job.
No. Scored 3 goals this year, mate.
He's only played 9 times.
Yeah.
1 in
BCM
3,
keep your
baby.
score at the decisive only, so you're only getting the decisives. Yeah.
Yeah, he saved a lot of games with a decisive, with the one goal, 3 BCMs and a 60. But let's not get too wrapped up in it. Like, obviously, he still scores well enough, and he's a good card.
Right.
Of course, it's all relative to the price.
Mm-hmm.
Lucho
But that's
Acosta
really the point.
is
Like
better.
his rare card is $1,600.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be wading into the Premier League in season, but if you do catch me in there, you won't catch me with an Erling Haaland. I'll probably be taking on the Laird school there and looking for a high AA forward that can churn out a 50 and win me $8.
Well, good old Dwight McNeil can't get a BCM if you don't take a shot. Saying. Just saying.
So about 40 minutes ago, Laird, you asked me a question, or asked us a question about Arda Güler and prices on cards that weren't going to help you very much in the short term. And we've drifted away from that, but the more we've talked about it, the more I'm convinced that just like that card really will just sink down to the bottom of that classic card price. Something in line with maybe what we were seeing with the goalkeepers earlier with Citizen, because there really is just that short window, isn't there? And if you can't do anything for you, the only reason you would buy it is because you intend on keeping it forever and ever, and eventually it will be at 10 or 15%. You can use it in years to come.
I was looking now. So the floor price of a limited card for Arda Güler is $27. I have this in dollars. And the floor for a new season is $30 for limited. Like it's really not that much higher. But it could be that he's not even playing. And so maybe he's actually a bad example.
And like his route to playing, like Sam said, is like two injuries away, and it's a it's a loan deal away where like
right.
There's probably better examples that are sooner to be stars. Maybe if something goes wrong with the actual star.
You'd be laughing though, wouldn't you, if you did pick up the new season at a low price, right? If you think, oh, that's a bargain, he might go to loan in January, and he did go back to Fenner or something for 6 months, you'd be absolutely loving it. Now it might be in the wrong division for you, but you couldn't play it, but you would get a pretty nice markup on that. I hate the fact that it can be so random at times, and I don't like to explain things as guesswork, random. You can get lucky, but sometimes that is literally just how it goes, isn't it?
Do we think that he's the type of player, and Madrid are the type of team that would actually send him back to Turkey, as opposed to, Harry mentioned AC Milan before? Like,
yeah, you're right. Turkey wouldn't happen. He probably wouldn't. He probably, like, if you are Arda Güler and you have made the step to Real Madrid, you probably don't want to go back to Turkey, do you?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe, or if they, if Ajax were like, we'll take him for a year, that's different. That'd probably be all right.
Yeah.
Don't know the kid, but you're right. It's probably not back to Turkey, but there would be possibilities and options there.
They do also just seem to like keeping them around. Like they have, meaning Madrid, like they have a lot of kids that they probably could. I mean, like Brahim Diaz was on loan previously, and then they finally decided to keep him, and he's playing well now. But when they decided to keep him, I felt like everyone was like, "Oh, he should just go out on another loan, or they should get rid of him." But it seems like they're going to keep him.
Yeah, I think they lost a few players, didn't they? Though, and they just thought, "Oh, we'll just keep you around." Maybe like Asensio went, and a few others. What happened to Ceballos? I should know this. Is he around?
He's still there.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Doesn't play. I think, there was a lot of speculation over those players, but yeah, it does feel a bit random at times. There, you're just playing a bit of a dicey game. You just don't know. That in-season tournament is just like, I don't know if I ever get involved in it, I'm going to try and train myself to never look more than 2 weeks ahead.
I think that's going to be the toughest part of it, is because, and kind of went back to exactly what Keith was trying to say to me, is that like speculating on players comes with like significantly more risk now if you do it with in-season cards, because you have to likely pay more. And I would think at the beginning of the seasons, like that's going to be really interesting to see new season prices. I mean, we don't really know when cards come out, but like players who everyone is like, oh, he'll surely go out on loan. and what happens like when they don't.
So,
It's like,
so what's the time?
never mind.
What's the time frame there for that? So let's take MLS as an example. How many matches? Two matches in MLS, right? Or if you're Real Salt Lake, 5, and you get cards. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. To be fair to say, I'm very impressed with that. If we take that for the Premier League as well, early August start, maybe August 20. There might be a 10-day window. That we're probably looking at maybe 10 to 15 days of the transfer window being open and the cards have dropped. And that is going to be insane as a speculation frenzy for loans and stuff like that.
Isn't the Saudi window like 3 weeks later?
Yeah, it closes later. but so does the Belgian window. I think closes a week later. Turkish window closes a couple of weeks later.
Yeah,
it's always been, but obviously they're covered, so that's takes on a different tone, different inflection. But yeah, I mean that also carries a lot of peril, and that might be reflected in the first mints. Like if Mohamed Salah is still a Liverpool player by the time they mint the cards, and then Al Ittihad still want him, then be a bit like when that guy Andrew Laird speculated on the Lionel Messi and came up on the right side of it.
Genius.
I think I was actually more hoping he was going to end up back at Barcelona, but
hey, just take the utility.
I am. I had no choice.
Yeah.
Charlie's saying we only got one game of the K-League before the new cards came out.
It's pretty quick. It's damn quick.
J-League will be, if let's just say they don't come this week, maybe they do, but if they don't, that's 3 games, I think, for J-League.
Yeah.
I've been busy doing the other leagues, mate.
Yeah, I forgot the K-League's bigger than the J-League.
Johnny said he wonders if Saudi gets added to contender at some point.
I mean, why not? It's already...
Yeah, throw them in.
It's just, like, what's... I can't believe most of my cards are in there. It's just so bad.
You know who's in there that Harry and I discovered on the game week preview? Cristiano Ronaldo. This game week.
Yeah, of course.
Roll out your Ronaldos.
And your Manes, surely, and your... That's what Fabinho and Kante midfield the other night together.
Kante got sent off.
Did he?
Yeah. I saw it on Sorare, yeah.
Wow.
For a tackle?
Don't know.
Well, it must have been a tackle. There's no way he was never answering back to the ref. He's a lovely
you
man.
Don't think he got in the ref space?
Not a shot.
Oh, Southampton game's off. That's just great. That's just perfect. What I needed. Everything I needed.
Agent Cooper says, never disrespect my trades. I got out of Somerville before this terrible run he's on. Thank you, Agent Cooper. You're right. I knew this was coming.
You sold too early. I was praising your Messi trade. You took the plunge.
The profit is profit people are my favorite too.
We've all done it. We've all done it. You didn't have to do that to yourself. Again.
I'm so good at this game. It's crazy. Always ahead of the curve. Oh, Sam's going to win a midweek if Saints get pushed there.
Yeah, but right. So there's a big problem here. I know this is not what this stream is about, but Southampton have already they've already had, I think, a game against Leicester rescheduled because of Leicester's involvement in the cup or something like that. There's already concern over when that's going to come, and now you got this one. There really aren't that many weeks left, right? Because the championship is what they're on 35, 36 games. They get to 46. They cram it all in anyway. They've already got midweeks booked, obviously, to make so they can finish in time for the playoffs, which finishes at the end of the Premier League season. So they have to finish like 3 weeks before, or 2 weeks before the end of the Premier League season. I don't know when these guys are going to play this football, but yeah, maybe it does work out for the Southampton stack in a quiet midweek somewhere else. I don't know.
Just play 2-a-days. No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Apparently, rotation in Sporting Atalanta game. I hate that team so much. Daniel Cooper said Leicester trying their best to get championship SO5 utility next season at the moment. Sam, what's the Southampton team look like if they stay down?
Well, they are under some financial pressure still. They made a lot of sales last summer. They made like 140, 150 million pounds or something in player sales. And they will presumably make more this summer anyway, because like guys like Tall Paul only went out on loan, and Trabzonspor want him permanently. So there's more stuff to be done. Maybe Sulemana. So we'll see. But they took out like a 70 or 60 or 70 million pound loan to cover the COVID period that they owe back. And obviously there's interest, and interest rates are really bad at the moment for that stuff. So I think they'll end up obviously losing a few more. And I don't really know, like, once you stay in down there one like longer than 1 year, it gets bad fast. It really does. Harry will know this better than me, unfortunately. But it does. The complexion changes really fast. The parachute payments drop significantly, and suddenly you go from the overpowered team with all the resources, all the facilities, to we're just one of you guys now, with maybe 2-star players. But yeah, difficult. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm worried. Like, I've got friends there, right? That work for the club, and having worked there for like 6 years, I've made a few friends, and their jobs are at risk. It's the actual bad part of it is that, like, they cut the costs on the staff, on the web designers and the graphic designers and the social media guys, and they, I just want them to go back up so my friends can make sure they're okay.
As said, try being a Huddersfield fan. Playoff final to relegation battle.
Yeah, stinker, absolute stinker. Sorry, Azimak.
Harry, what do you think about this from Siri? Do you guys think that the super rare market is going to be like this, or Sorare might do something to hype it up? Seems they killed the super rare market after the update.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point. There's definitely been, the supermarket is in a weird place right now, as it's kind of always had its thing, hasn't it? Though, if we're being honest, like, it's never been like, oh my god, super is like amazing. Like, it's never been the case, and that's been prize pool issues and whatever. But now, new season, super rare, in season modes, like, is the prizes cash? Is it going to be lucrative enough to where they go back up, or there's demand? I don't know. I know we kind of know what's going on, kind of, and from the illustrations that Sorare gave to us, but like, I don't know. It's a weird market. I think it always will be. Like, there's only 10 of these cards. It's just like, for the season. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a weird scarcity. And now that the threshold will be going to say in August, I don't know. I still think it should. Like, I can't see how they die, but there's still definitely demand for them now, even the mediocre ones, because you can definitely use them in, as long as you were playing cat modes before, you can still use them until August. But what happens after August? What happens after August for lots of things, right? That's a broader statement or question, but like, I don't know. I just think they're in a weird position, Super is right now, and until we know more about the prize pools and how it's all set up, and I don't think we can. I get why people aren't doing anything, or selling them for cheap or whatever.
I think that's where I am. That I understand why people are not buying them, because people who've played super rare for a while know that other than threshold, the rewards have always been really bad, And now with this, like, oh, in season, and you only need 3 new season cards to play in season, but you still need 3. And like you said, there are only 10 of every player. And so it's not like they're going to be all of these cards that you have to compete with. But that also means the demand could be higher than the supply at some point. But it does feel just like a very separated game now, super rares to like the rares and limiteds. I don't have any opinion on uniques, but because we know that the current super rare rewards aren't great and we don't know what the new super rare rewards are going to be, why would you buy now? Like, it's so risky for most people on the platform to spend that much money on a single card that you're just like, and I hope the prizes are good. And it's like, you're just way better off just staying on the sideline for now.
Yeah. If the sort of like the sentiment on limited and rare even is still a bit kind of like wait and see, and people are like recycling their galleries and moving the furniture around and trying to get prepared for it without necessarily fully 100% knowing what is coming, but they're able to sort of reorganize within their own gallery, and they're okay putting a couple of £100 into a few speculative moves and say, oh, well, let's just get this team and let's see what happens over the next 2 months. I mean, this feeling is amplified 10 times, right? When it comes to super rare because of the costs involved. But the whole wait and see element, just it's like turbocharged. I don't think my future is in super rare. I have like 14 super rares. I have some good ones. You know, I'm trying to sell Harry my Musasilla, and that's not because
Every day,
not because he's a dud and I hate him. It's because he's really good and I think Harry can prosper with him. But I don't think I see a future in super rare. However, I don't know. I have no clue. So I'm just sitting tight. I'm just sitting on them, and I'm just going to wait and see what happens in August. It's the only option I have. And I think everybody else is doing the same, right?
Yeah. Jonathan said supers have been shafted a little, and at least until the prize pool info comes out. I'm not sure they've been shafted. I don't think they're any different.
Yeah.
And yes, threshold and pro or plus or pro division's gone too.
I happened to earlier on today. I just thought, because I forgot to do any training lineups this week because I'm excellent at the game. I was able to just, like, you know, when you go to a bot's page and it just says, "Oh, offer this for Mbappe," and it will, like, I'll see what I'll pay you. I started throwing my super rares at Basilbot to trade on the Mbappe to see what he came back with, and he rejected almost all of them outright. And the one in-season card I offered him, which is Montassar Talbi at Lorient, who scores pretty well and has Tunisian utility, he offered me £15. So okay, never mind. We'll see what happens in August. 15 quid.
Jonathan said it before, selling super rares is soul destroying.
Yeah.
Josh XL said, I feel like Nashi's point about the attraction of super rare in the new world is about competing with fewer people for slightly improved rewards, but without knowing those rewards, who's buying? Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I say that having bought a super rare like yesterday. But it was for a collection.
What'd you buy?
I bought a Henrik Dalsgaard 1 of 10.
The big one. Henrik Dalsgaard. The Midtjylland guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Magnus Matson was the last super rare I bought that I thought would actually help me. That's all.
Yeah. You cursed him, Laird.
I mean, the first game I had him was against Midtjylland, and I was like, oh, he's dust this week.
BCM. Cheers.
Never doubt. I don't even know what's next. Oh, right. He's going to score today.
Right. Yeah.
When we all lined him up away to Man City. Service said, if the new rewards are based on a fixed amount, why haven't they been released? If they're based on trailing, we know why they haven't been released and we're fucked. I don't think we have any idea what they're based on.
What does that mean, trailing?
Like what we've had previously.
Right. Yeah, not great.
I don't know. But it's not mid-March yet. Final question for you guys.
Is it mid-March? No.
What is mid-March?
Good question. It's not a good question at all. Presumably, the midpoint of a month is roughly the 15th, but presumably there's a window. So I'm going to call it 12th to the 18th.
So March 19th is late March?
You've got me there, haven't you? You've got me there. That's mid to late March.
Okay. So are you looking at it as 5 windows? Early to mid to late, and late?
Fucking looks like it.
Yeah, all right. This is what everyone came for right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh XL says, what is mid-March? Did he capitalize the M? Could Nicola be marching somewhere and tell us?
Oh no.
Sorry.
This is how bored we are right now.
During that, but do that on March.
There's a community.
So hang on, what's this about mid-March? Not when is
that's
it?
when we're supposed to get the details of the rewards.
Super rare or everything?
Everything.
Well,
okay. So
well, we hope everything.
So keep your eyes peeled for somewhere between the 12th and the 18th. It's a full week.
I'm just surprised at the early finish of the mid by the 18th.
So you think what's your opinion on this? It's up to,
I'm going to listen to Harry first. Harry, do you have five windows of March description, or is it 3?
3.
Okay, so what's your mid-March?
I think what the lads are saying in the chat there, 10th to the 20th, I would say. That would fit into my 3 segregation of March. 1st to the 10th, 10th to the 20th, 20th to the whatever.
So to be clear, 31st of March, which is a hugely important day. It's my birthday.
Wow.
March 31st?
Yeah.
What a day.
Don't be cutting 31st out of March.
It's in. Get it in. Where's my pen? Get it in.
I'll be cutting the 31st out.
Was already in there.
Was it really?
Wow.
Already.
Already?
Well, there you go. Hope everybody at home is setting their calendars and their reminders.
Kennedy said on Sorare's schedule, mid-March is roughly June 3rd.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Well, they have to tell us before the 29th, right?
Well,
why?
Unless, they could just change the thing until later, right?
Can you imagine if they push in season back from an already small window to an even smaller window? When that guy bought a Rodri at double the price, probably specifically for March 29th.
No, Rodri's okay because there's still Prem.
Yeah.
Of course.
Everything but Prem is pitchforkable.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, that would be crazy.
They won't do that, guys. We're not here to sow discord. We're not here to sow distrust.
Agreed.
Read my cat.
So you picked this one, 10 through 18, basically?
Well,
is that what you said?
No, I said 12 through 18.
12 through 18. Okay.
And Harry said 10 to 20. Do you know what? Thinking about it, I like Harry's definition a bit more.
I just looking at this calendar itself, I think like 10 to 22, 23 right here. And I say that because technically the 31st is another line down here.
Oh
and
my
so these
God.
are the two middle.
Can you pick another calendar with my birthday on it?
It's like behind this little logo.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Okay.
No, I can't even find. Oh my God.
That's fine.
Oh, Charlie's calling the 11th. That feels premature.
11?
That's next Monday.
They don't do anything on Mondays, do they?
Yeah, they don't even work on Mondays, do they? inset there, I think, every Monday.
Daniel Cooper's. Oh, where did that go? Oh, I lost it. Anyway. Muhammad said 80% of the time announcements come on Tuesday, so maybe the 12th. That's definitely not true. It's usually Thursdays because that's when Andy and I stream, and we've always had those. And then they started, the last few were Wednesdays. Bruzel said it'll be the 12th because they have meetings all day and won't have my phone.
Yeah.
Simo said if they said 12/3/24, did they mean mid-March or early December?
Right. Now this is, yeah. That's
This
a good
is,
point.
yeah. Oh, boy.
Never let them know your next move.
There we go. Toby said they'll drop it Thursday and then take the long weekend to avoid any pushback. They don't avoid it. They just don't hear it. That's all. Sam, there's one last question, and then we'll let you get back to your very busy schedule of not streaming with us normally.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite current player and all-time favorite player in real life?
Who the hell is Sam Ting?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I tried to get that off the screen before you know.
Can you repeat the question? I was fixated on my own.
Who is your favorite player of all time and current favorite player? Or favorite current player? There we go.
IRL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine thinking Sorare is not real life.
Hang on.
I know.
Well, what is going on here?
I'm going to do a small amount of product placement from my friend who is a designer.
That's your all-time 11?
This is my all-time 11 that was built.
That is so cool.
That was built, probably like 5-6 years ago, actually. So for those of you that can't, come on, Sam, idiot.
Come on, Ting.
So that is Manuel Neuer in goal. And then we've got Lizarazu at left back, Martin Laursen and Toby Alderweireld at centre back, Mike Conn at right back. A workhorse, powerhouse, tough tackling midfield three of Iniesta, Grealish, and Bernardo Silva. Ronaldinho on the left, Messi on the right, and Elber, the old Bayern Munich striker. I don't know if you remember him from the early 2000s up front. And it's a sort of random set of reasons for each one. Like, as a kid, I was kind of obsessed with Lizarazu's name because his actual name is Vicente Lizarazu. It has X's and Z's, and also I thought it was amazing. But he's also like the only guy who's ever held the Champions League, the Euros, and the World Cup, I think, at the same time. He's got some kind of ridiculous record of holding like concurrent trophies. Wow. Was it Euros, World Cup, Champions League? Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Laursen was my favorite ever Villa player. Second favorite. Loved him. And yeah, just a bunch of players I've enjoyed watching. So, of the lot,
in fairness, Grealish still playing. So
yeah. I mean, I do forgive him for what he did, and I do still love him. So Grealish probably is the answer, really, of my favorite
calf
player.
Guy.
Huge calf guy, yeah, massive. But anyway, yeah, this is on my wall. This is not to try and sell them, but they are cool. I thought I'd just show you.
That's awesome.
Also, the great thing about it is that if you look at it in the right light, you'll see that my cats have scratched the shit out of the frame. So there's big fucking claw marks all down it and ruined it. So I'll probably have to deal with that at some point, but I haven't got around to it.
They just disagree with the picks? Or?
They're more like Ronaldo. Ronaldo over Messi, yeah. Every day of the week for these two.
Ronaldo cats, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Toby said World Cup 98, Euros 2000, Champions League 2000. That was the
Gotcha.
That was the three.
Gotcha. There you go.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody for joining. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. Speaking of Quinny, Looking Up with Laird will come back one day, maybe. We'll see. But gents, thanks so much. And I'll probably talk to you in Discord in like 5 minutes.
All right.
See you guys. Thank you.